this is Toby, and today I'm going to show you the developmental process of an Acacia longifolia or Sydney golden wattle tree that I'm going to use for bonsai. And I just dug it out today. It was over there in that pit, and I've been growing it for one season in the ground and it's done really well. I just lifted it. It was just a tube stock and the trunk has thickened a lot from just one season in the ground. And I'm gonna prune it today. So we're going to start by cleaning up the root base. I'm gonna tease some of this old soil, this old clay. I can see some root nodules with nitrogen in it. There should be some nitrogen fixing bacteria in those, so I'll make sure that I save those. I don't want to stress the tree out too much, and I'm gonna just see if I can put it in here. And no, not yet. I'm gonna have to clean the top up as well, but first I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut this root back. Hope you can see. Just back to there. In fact, no, I'll cut it back a lot further. I'll have to make sure it fits in the pot though. That's the only issue. I will prune some of the top off just so it can balance with the loss of roots. But I honestly don't think it's too big of an issue. It's lacking a bit of roots over there, but that's fine. So I will pot this tree up now. And after I pot it up, I'll go with the top pruning. I'm gonna give it a quick prune. I can see some of the shoots are looking a bit sad. The new tips have gone a bit limp because a bit of the shock, but I think it will be fine. I'm gonna prune some of these shoots. Or actually, I'm gonna prune a lot of the leaves off, or phyllodes, they're not real leaves, because I'm shortening some of them. Because I don't want this to transpire too much. Don't want it to grow too much shoots. I want to put a lot of its energy into roots right now, more than growing the shoots. I think that actually looks quite good. This side's a bit dense still. Yeah, I'm just looking for stuff to remove that I don't need. Yeah, there's a branch that already got broken here. We can get rid of that. I think that's good. We're gonna put this somewhere now, and I'll show you. So here is what the tree looks like right now. It's very sparse compared to before. I really think it will survive. It should be a decently drought tolerant plant. Acacia longifolia Sydney golden wattle. These phyllodes, they don't lose that much water. Again, I cut off a lot of them, and I think it will survive. It's been a couple of days since I showed you the leaves drooping, but if you look at it now, it's again, right now the time is around, it's a bit over midday. It's around, I think it's almost 2:30 now. It's probably 2:30 already, but the leaves don't droop anymore, so I think the roots are recovering really nicely. It's only a bit droopy now. Some of the shoots that kept on drooping did not manage to recover, like this shoot is dried up. That's completely fine, it's one shoot, but everything else looks really healthy. The phyllodes are cut off like that, not dying back or anything. Everything looks pretty healthy, and I think it's on its way to recovery. So today is quite a warm day, and this wattle's been out in the sun, and it's been around 27 to 30 degrees Celsius. The leaves aren't droopy, or the phyllodes I should say, not leaves. They're not droopy, so I think it's well on its way to recovery. And once I start seeing the vigorous growth that this had when it established into the ground, I think I can give it a prune, but for now we're gonna just let it recover. It's looking really promising. I think I can shape it into something really nice. It's got really good basic structure and stuff, but yeah. So if you remember last time, this tree was kind of struggling with just surviving. The leaves would droop, and now it's fully recovered. I was gonna prune it again this year because I thought that it was gonna struggle for a long time, but it came back, so much new growth. I think it's time to cut it again. It's getting out of control again. I don't want this to grow too large. Now, first I'm gonna reduce the top. This top is very heavy. You can see these branches. I want to keep the apex quite compact, So we are going to prune all of this back. So I've pruned most of the new growth back, just do a couple of leaves, and now I'm going to start sorting out the structure. I think there was one branch I was going to remove, and it was this branch, and the reason being, although it's a good branch, it's too low. So we're going to come in here, we're going to cut it off flush like that. The root base isn't too bad. I think I'll let it recover before I do another root pruning, because the tree doesn't seem to really like root pruning. So that'll be something to take note. This is also very long. The top. In fact, I might just cut this back here. Don't think I need this top anymore. Let's take that off. I don't want this branch. I'm gonna leave a stub and I'm gonna see if anything grows out of there. I do want kind of a dome shape like that. And this still looks too long to me. I will take this off here. Because I've got so many lateral branches all the way up to the top. It feels kind of like a pine tree if I got all these flat lateral branches. So I'm gonna take this all the way back. Just like that. And I've just got a multi-trunk up there, and that looks, to me, that looks very natural. So I think we'll have that. And maybe even sometime in the future, I could even cut these branches off if I don't need them. Because if I just show you this, with just that, it looks really good. So who knows? This is it for now. We'll give it another period for it to grow, and we'll come back. So I think I've let this tree grow for long enough again to prune it back. You see the growth is getting quite big, and I don't want this to shade out some of my other plants. So I'm going to prune this back again. Look at how much new growth there is. So it's going to be an autumn prune for this tree. First of all, I'm just going to take back all these long shoots. So I think I pretty much got all of these shoots. Don't think there's any more. So now I need to start to prune back the structure and see how some of these branches are doing. You can see with branches like this, it's very straight, there's no movement. I do want stuff to go up a bit, change a bit of direction. Especially this is thick and has no movement, and it's just straight here. So that's the issue. Let's start from the bottom and go up. The bottom branches, there's no taper and it's too thick here. So although I initially wanted to keep these bottom branches, I think I do kind of want a straight trunk, or a clean trunk line. So I guess this branch will go off. Very unfortunate. Now I know that's quite a large cut. I may seal it. Now I think this will recover quite quickly. I will show you some of the previous cuts we made on the trunk that I didn't seal. The cut back here, it's starting to heal. You can see it's starting to go in. I apologize for the weeds. I did try weeding this before. There's still a bit of weeds here, but that's starting to heal. Getting some nice trunk texture. I do want to work on the roots a bit more, but probably not next season. I don't think because these are very straight and I don't like that. I might take that off as well because it's too straight and there's no movement. So that's another branch gone. So now I have quite a basic tree structure. I think that looks better than before. A lot of major pruning. There's a lot of branches in this section. I think this small one can go off. That's an easy choice. So much stuff already cut off, but this tree will grow back really quickly. Am I happy with this division? It's the only one I have. I could try wiring it. I don't want to use too much wire on these trees, but I may have to resort to that. So I put some wire on the tree. I know that one is quite thick, but I think I do need a lot of power to actually be able to move this branch. I do want this basic structure set out first. I'm not gonna do anything else apart from setting out the basic structure. So now that everything's growing in a good direction, we're set up for success. I might actually splay this out just a bit, just like that. Nothing too drastic at the moment. This is just the most basic structure of the tree. I think I'm happy with this. I initially did like these bottom branches, but I don't think they fitted with the design. Let's bring this down and then back up a bit like that, just to give it a bit more movement. Kind of like that. That looks good. It looks better to me. I think I will be happy with this. This branch I might have to wire in the future, but for now I'm gonna let it grow. Took a lot of mass off. I don't think I need to prune that, or actually put pruning paste on it. These small branches, some of them I didn't prune, but I know this will grow back. And once the structure is set, I'll take the wire off. I don't want to leave it on for too long. And I might even potentially lift or maybe move this branch sideways like that, just to fill that gap. But I do want to get a decent crown on it, but that'll have to wait. So I think this will be the last clip for this video. I'm going to give this one final pruning before I let it go for the rest of autumn until spring. You can see after I pruned it last time, the branches have grew back, and I do have some nice delicate growth. So I do want to control that a bit. This wire here might be starting to bite in. Yeah, it's starting to bite in. I will loosen that a bit on this branch. The thick wire hasn't seemed to start to bite in just yet, but just that little mark isn't going to do too much. Again, these are very fast growing trees, and this branch will probably thicken a lot more next season, so I'm not going to worry too much about the wire mark. So I'm going to unwire this. There we go. And the branches do look a bit better, so if I need to bend them again, I can always reapply the wire. But this wire mark I'm not too concerned about. What I'm going to do now is prune some of the new growth, because I do have some buds all over the place. This branch is developing really nicely. I'll show you that. Beautiful branch. So that's a really good branch I'm quite happy with. Get rid of that pruning stub. Hope you can see that branch I'm about to prune. This is getting too tall, so we can shorten that by pruning it back there and pruning this back. And this can be pruned back. I think we just cut the tip off these. This might take it back like that. Stub from last time. Take that off. These small branches, I can just pinch the tips. This part still bugs me. I'll take that back to the small branch behind it. There we go. This we can prune the tip off. And that's about it. Back to its basic structure again. This, do I need that branch? You know, I'll keep it for now. Up some old pruning stubs I can get rid of. We'll take that back there just a bit. I think that's it. So we'll fly into the tree and we'll end the video. So I did reapply the wire, but I'll explain why. First, let's look at the trunk. Really good. I removed the pruning paste because I feel like I don't need it. The other cut we made is already starting to heal, so that's really good. I just reapplied the wire over a different path because I don't want this cut to get too deep. But I do want to raise this branch up a bit. It's a really good branch. I do want this to be a bit more upright. We take a step back. I hope you can see that. I'll put my hand or something behind the tree. You can see what the structure looks like. it's come a long way since a $4.50 tube stock, this tree. I don't know if I said it in the previous clip, but these wattles, or these the Australian wattles, the acacias, I know there's different types of acacias, but the ones in Australia, I think they only live for around 12 years. So this is going to be a project that's going to last for a long time, because a tree isn't going to live for that long. But I do hope I get something good out of it. I really like what I've done to it. You can see I still haven't really decided a good front, but I think I'll have to repot it again next season. I do want to repot it every season. The root base, I don't know what's going on with it. I wasn't too happy with it when I repotted it, but we'll have to improve that. The basic branch structure is coming along really well. Not too much I can do now, apart from wait for it to grow until spring before I prune it back. But maybe we'll actually see this tree flower as well in 2 or 3 years. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I will have more pre-bonsai videos in the future, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.